Hi, this is Reporter's Take. I'm Sakshi Batra and I have with me my colleague Shreya Nandi, and we are here to talk about the GST collections for December, which were released by the government last evening. Thanks very much for joining in, Shreya. Now, what we have seen is that for December, the collections under GST have been a little under 95,000 crores, which is falling short of the annual target, like the monthly target also, which has been decided by the government. Now, first of all, please tell and explain to us what has led to the drop in the collections.
So this particular month of December, we see that the GST collection, revenue collection from GST was 94,726 crore.
Correct.
So, but Sakshi, if you see the trend for the first 9 months, GST collection trend for the first 9 months, barring the month of October and April, where the tax collection was more than 1 lakh crore, in every month the collection has been in the range of 93,000 crore to 97,000 crore.
Correct.
So, from that point of view, it has been more or less stable in that particular range.
Okay.
But the important thing to note over here is that October, November was a festive season, because of which, in October it was 1 lakh plus crore revenue, and in November it was 97,000 plus. So we can also take into account a slight dip in the post-festive season revenue collection. But the matter of concern over here is that despite a substantial jump in the number of taxpayers in this particular month, there has been a slight dip in the revenue.
Absolutely. Now let's try and understand. There are 3 more months remaining for the current financial year, and when you see the annual budgeted target, the current targets are falling short of the the annualized budgeted target that was around 13.5 lakh crores. So so far, if you see, the trend has been stable, like you just pointed out. But going forward, how do you see this trend going forward now? Do you expect a further dip in the tax collections also, or will it remain as what we've seen in December as well?
So, Sakshi, if you remember, in the last council meeting that happened on December 22nd, there was also, rate cut.
I mean, and that is adding to the worries.
Yeah. But if you look at it particularly, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley had said that the government will have to take a hit of 5,500 crore annually because of a rate cut. But when you divide it by, when you take into account for 3 months, the remaining 3 months of the financial year, it isn't a big amount. It comes to 1,375 crore.
Okay.
So from that point of view, it should not have a big impact. But one thing that could impact revenue is that a dip in the IGST collection during the time of Chinese New Year. So mostly imports, collection from imports could go down, and also we need to watch out on further rate cut of items, maybe on because there is a lot of speculation and expectation of cheaper construction related item, and especially if something like a rate cut happened on cement, which will have an annual impact of 13,000 crore.
Absolutely.
That could dent revenues. But again, on the positive side, there is an expansion of substantial expansion in the tax base, or the number of taxpayers have increased. So the positive side is that this could also
neutralize the effect.
And
Absolutely. But going forward, just like how we were talking, that if you consider from April to November in the current financial year, the total collections under GST have been somewhere around 8.7 lakh crores, which is lower than 13.5 lakh crores, which was the annualized budgeted target. Going forward, what is the government or the CBIC doing to in fact boost the revenues? Because just like you pointed out, the current concerns remain around the slashing of the rates as well, which could actually dent the tax collections going forward. So what are the steps being taken by the government?
So the good news is that the government is working on a new simple return filing form, and we already know that it has been there in the works for some time now. So, but we need to wait for few more months, because it is expected to be, the new simpler return filing system is expected to be out by July. So that will actually help in a lot of tax evasion. And apart from that, the Finance Ministry's tax intelligence arms are also working, or actually looking at evasion cases. And like we have the data that the government has detected GST evasion worth 38,896 crore during April to October already.
Absolutely. So those are the steps that are being taken by the government as well. Thanks very much, Shreya, for sharing with us all these details. Well, so far, if you see, the collections under GST are falling short of the analyzed budgeted target, but definitely the steps being taken by the government, and also the continuously widening of the tax base that we are seeing under GST may be able to help the government garner more collections or more, higher tax mop-up going forward as well. But so far, the falling short of the target is actually raising the apprehensions and making it more and more more difficult for the government to meet the fiscal deficit target of 3.3% of the GDP. Thanks very much for watching us in this edition of Reporter's Take, and do stay logged on to moneycontrol.com for more news and updates. Thanks for watching.